welcome to AMF Boxing, and today I'm breaking down Joyce versus Carlos Takam. Joyce is an Olympic silver medalist. He's 12-0. He's undefeated. He's a big guy. They call him the Juggernaut. He fights coming forward. I feel like he does his best when he's coming forward. He likes to use the jab and the 1-2. Joyce is a really good heavyweight for me. I feel like he's got better as he's got older. He's only had 12 boxing matches, which is not a lot of boxing matches, but I think he had a big amateur career, so that basically took most of his years away from him. I think he started professional boxing around 30 years old. He's done really well considering he's only been in the professional boxing a couple of years. He uses the jab, and it reminds me of Larry Holmes. And in the last fight he had with Daniel Dubois, he used the jab. Outstanding. It was honestly amazing to see a heavyweight use the jab and to stick to the jab. He was literally using that jab like a fucking like a stick, you know. He just kept sticking it in his face. He obviously ended up beating Daniel Dubois by Daniel going down on one knee because his eye was all busted up. I think he broke his eye socket. I'm not too sure, but it didn't look like he could see out of his eye. It was all closed up. Last time I seen Carlos Takam, he got knocked out against Derek Chisora. I felt like he was winning that fight up until the point where he got knocked out. He does really well for a certain amount of rounds, and then he either gasses out or he just leaves himself open and gets knocked out. Because I've seen him get knocked out against Alexander Povetkin, and I've seen him get knocked out against Derek Chisora, and they've both been vicious KOs, like he's been kipping. And if they're putting him out, then Joyce has got a good chance of knocking Carlos Takam out. Carlos Takam's record is 39 wins, 5 losses, 1 draw. Carlos Takam is a beast, like, you know, don't get me wrong, like, you know, he's a big boy. He knows what he's doing. I just think against Joyce, you know, he's up against it here. I'll be giving my predictions closer to the fight. This is just a little breakdown to get people to look into the fight. This channel is just to make boxing bigger and get more eyeballs on the sport. I think Joyce has one of the better amateur backgrounds of a lot of heavyweights in the professional boxing now. He has a very good pedigree, so he could go all the way, you know. People sleeping on Joyce. I knew Joyce would beat Daniel Dubois, and I was telling all my friends when we were talking about it, I believed that Joyce was going to beat Daniel Dubois, and 90% of people thought Daniel Dubois was going to walk through Joyce. So don't underestimate Joyce. I hope to see him now against the top heavyweights. That's what I want to see, because I believe he deserves to be there. If Daniel Dubois would have won that fight, he would have been in the WBO, where they have to fight. If it become either fight for the title or fight for a final eliminator to be the mandatory for the WBO. And so depending on what happens with Joshua and Usyk, we'll see where Joyce goes from the Carlos Takam fight, if he comes through there. This is AMF Boxing. I am